The coronavirus is the biggest threat this country has faced for decades. From this evening, I must give the British people a very simple instruction. You must stay at home.
Hello.
Morning, everyone.
Hey, guys. Morning.
I've never seen it like this. Empty.
The kids are doing trampoline wrestling.
Today I should have been getting married.
6 days left till baby comes.
My first funeral.
I miss you.
That was a really strange and bizarre experience.
I have left my bed today.
History is unfolding in front of us each day.
This is really weird. Totally everything feels like it's just coming apart. I hate this virus.
Good morning. It's 6 o'clock on Tuesday, the 24th of March.
People across the nation are waking up to unprecedented restrictions on the way we live.
Day one of lockdown. Interesting times.
We're on lockdown. Yes, we're on lockdown.
I think it's good that we're taking a step in the right place, but I feel like this is something that should have happened 2 weeks ago.
At last, people can't go out. Boris has done the right thing, I think.
You can just see down Regent Street. It's usually teeming with people.
We can beat this virus, but only if we reduce the spread and the transmission. Every one of us has a part to play.
I've never had a letter from Boris before.
Everybody in the UK got this letter from the government.
They say we've got to hold our nerve, observe the curfew, flatten the curve, stay at home and save lives, the only way that we'll survive in the coronavirus lockdown nightmare blues.
And the weather dry and very warm with the chance of the odd shower in northern Scotland and Northern Ireland. All schools across Britain will close until further notice.
Boris Johnson accepts these steps will not be easy for parents or teachers.
I wonder what you're dreaming about, Bo. Morning, my name's Richard and I'm with my family, Kat and Freya. I'm a supply teacher. And do you think I can teach a 5-year-old? Freya's in the room on the iPad. What have you done today, Frey?
It's the first week of home learning.
I'm doing my home learning on literacy.
It's a very overwhelming experience.
I wouldn't say that my son is embracing homeschooling.
So I missed my last day of year 11. My exams have been cancelled, which I'm happy about.
This morning we started schoolwork.
Ow!
This is schoolwork with Kai. It was like a huge battle just to get Kai to do anything, which is understandable because he's 5. French homework. Not very good at it.
School time! Is everyone ready for school?
So I'm a maths teacher.
Right, let's tackle this week.
I'm going to be teaching remotely online with my children homeschooling themselves, which I think will be fine.
We're all working in this little room here.
That's very annoying.
I'm marking your work. I'm online with my own students. Son over there is doing his home learning whilst humming tune.
My dad is working next door, having lots of conference calls and having to be very quiet.
Guess how much work I've got done today? Blank page. Guys, bedtime!
I feel completely frazzled and it's the first day.
5544. It's 8 o'clock. You can only leave your home for very specific reasons.
Let's go.
One is to buy food and like get medicines and stuff.
So the first thing I've noticed this morning is it's a lot quieter out here.
Everything's closed.
We can go out every day for exercise.
It's one of the highlights of my day.
You can travel to and from work.
The key workers. Isn't that an interesting list?
But only where absolutely necessary, and if you cannot work from home.
It's all binmen and nurses and teachers and delivery drivers. Says a lot, doesn't it? The real people that run our country.
5:20. Right, off to work.
My name is Ben and I'm a train driver.
Coming to you in 3, 2, 1.
I work for BBC News as a news director, classed as a key worker for broadcast.
I'm Bailey, so it's like 5:30, just leaving for work, and I'm a key worker. So I'm a waste management loader, more commonly known as a binman.
I am currently just about to start my 9th shift at the care home. Join me in my key worker outfit.
I'm a paediatrician, and at the moment I'm covering A&E.
4 degrees, a bit fresher this morning. Every time I leave my house, I have the fear that I could bring something back to my partner. You know, it's a worry for us.
I'm very proud to be a key worker. I mean, I'm doing nothing compared to what like the NHS and care workers, etc. are doing. I mean, they are the real heroes in all of this.
5:30 alarms off. Coffee is essential.
Good morning. I am a critical care nurse. Right, off we go then. 5:54. This is my first shift looking after patients with COVID-19, and OMG, that was a different ball game altogether. Wearing that equipment, I just thought, what is the big deal about a gown and a mask? It can't be that bad. This is your face after the mask. You can't show sympathy or show concern. It's all gone. It's so different and absolutely heartbreaking. And we are not even in the busy phase yet.
The death toll for the UK is now 759.
Officials think that the UK is now on the verge of a major surge in cases, and there are serious concerns about the impact on the NHS.
I've got a 5-year-old at home. I don't want my family put at risk. I don't want to be at risk.
Boris Johnson has been suffering symptoms and announced this morning that he has tested positive for COVID-19.
Oh, Swansea. You're a bit miserable today, to be standing out in the car park. I am a self-employed singer and performer. It's been amazing to travel the entire world working upon cruise ships. I've just come off a grand voyage around South America. But within that week of me getting home, everything in this country just kind of changed. I thought, I'm young, I'm fit, I'm healthy, what can I do? And I thought, you know what, I'm gonna go and work in a supermarket. And I went, and I got the job. Up early to start my shift, and you can see lots of people queuing as always, but yeah, cheers to a good day.
Look at this queue all the way. Like people are still going down there.
Every time you go Asda, it's such a long queue. Most of the dry goods have been gone. Rice, pasta, tins. But yesterday, there was literally not a calorie on the shelves.
Still no rice, still no pasta, and no flour at all. Those of us who bake, it's a proper pain that everyone else starts baking. Lots of people with gloves and masks and stuff.
The government is stressing there is more than enough food to go around and people have no need to stockpile.
the fact that things are going makes you want to panic more and just feeds the cycle of panic buying.
Buying more than you need means that others may be left without.
I've been like in one aisle for 9 hours putting away cereals. I'm like absolutely exhausted. People can be quite rude. These 2-meter rules within the store, like keep your distance, it's from the government, and people getting rude and agitated, and it's like we are just doing our jobs. To think that only a matter of weeks ago I was swimming with turtles in a natural habitat in Barbados, and now I'm in a car park telling people that there can only be only one person per trolley to go into the store. I'm grateful for the job and I'm grateful for the opportunity, but I just miss my job.
Good morning, world. From the Outer Hebrides, Elsa here.
The pandemic is having a devastating effect on the economy, and experts predict unemployment could rise to 2 million jobless people.
I handed in my notice mid-February, not knowing any of this was going to happen.
We got 3 restaurants, 1 bar and 1 takeaway. They're all shut down at the moment.
Every single one of our events and gigs cancelled in probably the space of 3 days.
I'm a nanny. I've stopped working and I moved home to be with my family.
We are musicians. We are normally on the road. All our gigs have been cancelled for the foreseeable future.
1, 2, 3, 4.
We were doing the winter season in Gran Canaria. The lockdown happened overnight. By the skin of our teeth, we managed to get nearly the last flight out of Gran Canaria. We got home to the Isle of Lewis on the day of the UK lockdown, and we are in our rundown, wee dilapidated cottage, which has unlimited projects to work on.
This is our house. It is windproof and waterproof and nearly dry.
The government has announced income support schemes for both the employed and self-employed to help businesses through this difficult time.
We can apply for a grant being self-employed. We don't know how much it's going to be.
And otherwise, just keep making earrings.
Yes.
And singing songs and enjoying what we have.
To date, 1,228 people have sadly died.
So today I'm going on a mega long walk through the woods, up the hill, see if I can finish them off. What Daddy made you? You prepared for the fight. My husband works in catering, so he's got no work.
Here's our bedroom.
Blusher? I'm a photographer and got my own business. All my weddings are cancelled for this year.
This is our office.
So this week I need to take control of our accounts, how much we've got coming in and going out, because it's dramatically reduced, like seriously. At the moment all we're spending for is food and rent and letting the bills go out. We spend about £1,400 a month, and at the moment I'm getting furloughed for 16 hours a week because I've got a 2-day job, just under £400 a month. And we were getting tax credits, but it's gone from £100 a week to £9 a week. It's like the grown-up realities come to play at night time, and making sure we keep a roof over our heads.
We are working around the clock to get the funding as quickly as possible to where it is needed.
There has been significant rise in the UK's coronavirus daily death toll. 1,789 people have now died in the UK.
Schools in England are closed, but for how much longer?
Hello, school.
Shut down.
Just for a little while.
5, 6, 7, 8.
This is a story from Malawi in Africa.
Mercury, Venus.
What are they doing?
Exercise.
Exercise, I think they're definitely doing exercise.
One week in, we're interested to hear how the homeschoolers are doing juggling work and kids. Give us a call.
I've realised that I can't parent and teach and run my business and clean the house all at once.
It's the last day of the week that I've had to teach from home.
Oh, little desk situation. But where's the child?
And I was so wrong about how easy I thought it would be. The connectivity was a nightmare. What would normally take me an hour and a half of marking, maybe 2 hours, is taking me more like sort of 5+ hours.
Yeah. Are you doing your schoolwork?
No, not yet.
I can't seem to keep on top of things.
It is bedtime!
And I can't sleep. It's 12:30 at night. I keep checking the death toll. Again and again and again.
Every death is the loss of a loved one, and our thoughts and prayers are with those who are grieving.
I don't actually know what the world is going to look like in 2 weeks.
It is a very good morning to you.
And the weather, dry and very warm.
The message remains exactly the same. People need to stay at home.
Good morning.
In this difficult stay-at-home time, we've been told we must get some exercise.
I've started up doing yoga. I still can't touch my toes, but you know, watch this space.
I've got my gym stuff on, got my drinks bottle, and I'm gonna power walk my way around there.
Oh, pushing out, no way. Oh, pushing out, paralyzed my soul. Oh, pushing out, push me down, trying to get off. I can't seem to get out. Can't you see it's the weight of the pressure that makes me do everything better and better? Can't you see of the heart that makes the drums start? And we're out.
I hate Joe Wicks.
Good morning, Leicester. It's 8 o'clock now. With your news, here's Sam.
The Health Secretary has announced plans to significantly increase coronavirus testing in the UK.
It's Thursday, 2nd of April, and feeling really bunged up.
Oh dear. Headachy.
$34.8.
Oh. I'm okay. I'm hungover probably. That's probably the beer. Freya, do not disturb Mummy. Move away from the door, please. Move away. Mummy is working. She's on a video call. I mean, the hardest thing is obviously childcare. I've only got one 5-year-old. How are other people coping? You have an idea what you're going to do for the day, and then it goes out the window. It goes out the window every day.
The total number of deaths in hospitals is now 2,352. The government has warned that this pandemic is the biggest threat our country has faced in decades.
Oh, Mr. Warner. Who do you think you are? Dukes of Hazzard?
Coming through the window.
What are we going to do today? I don't know. I have no idea.
The Prime Minister has revealed that he is still suffering from mild symptoms.
I'm going to do a bit of Duolingo every day. I'm going to come out of this lockdown fluent.
Por favor.
Por favor.
Sir Keir Starmer has been elected leader of the Labour Party.
You're always my hairdresser.
Yeah. I'm not very good one, am I?
No.
Is this what it's come to, Glenn?
Sorting out the screw box.
Death toll is over 500 a day now.
My brother's boss died. It's a terrible, terrible time.
It's really hard to put together the fact that spring is bursting out and the sun is shining and all these poor people are dying of this terrible virus.
There are deep concerns around the situation in England's care homes as the coronavirus claims hundreds more victims.
Welcome to Victoria House. My name's Claire Legger and I'm registered manager here at Victoria House Care Home. We've got quite a small home, we've only got 20 residents. I decided last week to completely take up extra measures and lock the home down by asking the staff to move in. This definitely wasn't in your job description, was it, eh?
I can't remember.
To accommodate the 9, it's been really tricky. We have got tents pitched out in the garden. Morning! Morning! You alright? Yeah. But what can we do? At the end of the day, it's about protecting the residents. No one in, no one out.
I fear for them and giving up all the home comforts.
Okay. If I didn't lock down the home, then it would literally be a case of when coronavirus comes into the care home. That would be absolutely devastating. It wasn't an easy decision to make to leave our families, our children at home. I don't think I've got many options but to do this. How are you? We are 5 days in so far, and I know that we have got so much more of a way to go.
The UK death toll now stands at 3,605.
I just finished work. Just walking back. I'll be quiet because I don't wake people up.
Woke up this morning, I was like, what day is it? What day is it? Is it a Saturday? Is it a Sunday? And I was like, does it matter?
It's Monday. I can't remember what day it is.
Is it Wednesday? I should know that, shouldn't I? So it is the... what's the date today?
It's Sunday. No idea.
It's the clap for the NHS carers.
Shout out to all the key workers out there, especially the NHS, who're saving lives. Love and respect for you guys out there.
The more people who become sick at any one time, the harder it is for the NHS to cope. With your help, we will slow the spread of the disease.
So grateful to all the medical staff, doctors, nurses, paramedics, everyone.
We are thankful, we are grateful, and we are thinking of them.
Today's been a good day. We've had some public appreciation, not much negative, which is nice to see. A few claps and cheers.
Hello!
Hi, Georgie! It was lovely seeing all of our neighbours all the way down the street.
Now is not the time to be complacent. If we can keep deaths below 20,000, we will have done very well in this epidemic.
This is our yard here. This is Laura's yard, and Laura works for NHS. She has seen a massive increase in coronavirus. There's some people who are witnessing what is going on in the hospitals, and I have no idea what's happening and what they're going through. We'll look back at this time and think, crikey, this was all happening around us and we were completely oblivious to the severity of it all.
I feel really overwhelmed this evening. The ITU in my hospital is full. We've had several deaths today because of coronavirus, and it's horrible working in the hospital right now, looking at the ITU team and looking at the exhaustion on their face.
The hardest part is the fact that there are no visitors allowed. None at all. No children, no next of kin, nobody.
This is Claire Driver.
and I'm at Addenbrooke's Hospital. We've just dropped Dad off. He's not had a good week with his heart. You're separated now, that's it. That's it. If anything goes wrong, that's it. You don't see them again.
I don't know what's going to happen in 2-3 weeks' time when that peak really hits us and our services are already stretched.
The UK risks going down the same path as Italy, which has recorded more coronavirus deaths than any other country.
The total number of deaths in hospitals from coronavirus is now just over 4,300.
Just walking the dog. But look what I've just found written on the pavement. How lovely is that? Would someone have done that without coronavirus?
As we approach Easter, lots going on in our world. Lots of kindness being shown in our communities. People living together differently, neighbours looking out for each other and shopping for each other and phoning each other.
All our amazing volunteers who came to collect fabric.
We are a network of volunteers sewing scrubs for doctors.
We've just come back from delivering 200 waffles to the frontline NHS staff.
We decided to set up an emergency kitchen, creating food for the local community.
We're volunteers for the Shared Plates,
delivering meals to vulnerable people.
We have just hit the 1,600 meals in the last 4 weeks.
All those things are really wonderful, and it's lovely to see, and I hope that when we come through the other side of this, those things will continue.
Okay guys, so I've decided to do a video today because I've got some symptoms of possibly or possibly not the coronavirus. I don't feel poorly, I don't feel ill. So yeah, so watch this space and I'll feed back with how I'm feeling tomorrow.
Sunday the 5th of April and feeling a little bit bunged up.
You've had this for weeks.
I know I have.
Rich.
But I'm not that bad to call the NHS.
Yeah, but it says if your symptoms haven't improved within 7 days, then call.
Coronavirus response service is currently extremely busy. You can get help from 111 online.
The advice would be, stay at home, self-isolate. I think there's a lot more other people who've had way worse than I've got. Way worse.
So this morning, literally can't get my breath, gasping for air. I haven't left my bed today. I think I'm on day 8. I'm just hoping that I'm going to start feeling better soon.
Boris Johnson is tonight in intensive care at St Thomas's Hospital, suffering from the effects of coronavirus.
Boris Johnson's gone into intensive care and our death toll's creeping up towards 1,000 a day.
Like him or not, everybody's got that relationship with him, and that was probably the first time where the virus came really close to home for a lot of people.
Everybody can be affected, no matter who you are, what you are, where you're from, what nationality you are. And this virus does not take no mercy on anybody.
What on earth can the hospitals be like?
We are now at that stage here where our colleagues are dying, and some of them are young and have ended up in ITU. We still don't have as much PPE as we would like.
Health unions have condemned revised guidance that NHS staff in England should reuse protective gowns.
The Health Secretary today insisted there is now enough PPE for medical workers as long as it's used correctly. The Prime Minister, Boris Johnson, has now been discharged from hospital.
Back on shift in the care home. Just had a bit of a cry because it's all kind of getting to me a little bit today. It's always that underlying issue that we're going to run out of PPE, and then there's the worry that I'm going to get the disease and stuff like that. So it's been scary.
Behind the scrubs and behind the stethoscopes are very real people. Most of us don't feel like superheroes. We feel very human. We feel very vulnerable. It feels tough.
Today marks a sombre day in the impact of this disease, as we join the list of countries who have seen more than 10,000 deaths.
I've had to make a really horrible decision to send my little 5-year-old to go and stay with family members. On Monday, I'm going to have to drive her with a suitcase, and I won't know when I'll be picking her up. I've just had to parcel off a little 5-year-old because she can't stay with me while I'm working. There's too much infection risk to people taking her to school. And I don't know when she's coming home. I hate this virus.
Your effort and your sacrifice is working.
The UK will remain in lockdown for at least 3 more weeks.
Now, we've been receiving a lot of calls from pregnant women who are understandably anxious about giving birth.
My name's Steve and this is Zora, and this is our little bump due in 6 days.
I think we've been feeling pretty nervous generally. You know, baby or even us can pick up something in the hospital, or that if I have to spend the night and stuff, then you won't be able to be there. But ultimately, we have 6 days left till baby comes. I'm feeling pretty excited now.
Today's my 56th birthday.
It is my birthday.
Today I turn 15.
Just to say, you know, the camera adds 10 years. Or is that £10? Probably both.
You must stay at home to protect the NHS and to save lives.
This is my 3rd grandchild who has celebrated a birthday during lockdown.
A diary.
Man, we've got some partying to do when this all gets back to normal.
Good morning, Sheffield. More on travel in an hour.
On the way to the hospital today on April 18th, been having contractions pretty regularly for the past 10 hours. So hoping that I'm dilated enough.
I've just dropped Zora at the labour ward. I'm not allowed in because of the virus, which is pretty horrendous. I'm just waiting now to see if she's dilated enough. If not, I'm going to go and pick her back up. If she is, then I am allowed in, which is great. It's 3 o'clock in the morning on the 19th of April. I've just got back from the hospital where Zora has just given birth to our beautiful baby daughter. She is amazing, and Zora is the most amazing human being I've ever met. She was just incredible.
We have a little addition to the family, don't we? Oh, hi. Oh, nice. How beautiful.
They've had to stay in overnight, so I've had to come home alone because of coronavirus. It's not a great situation, but I'm feeling really optimistic about it because our daughter is just wonderful, perfect in every way.
hear loads of birds since the lockdown.
Temperatures are forecast to hit 26 degrees in some parts of the UK tomorrow.
With the start of Ramadan only 2 days away, Muslims around the world have been asked not to congregate for prayers.
Ramadan is in full swing now. Something's in the air when it's Ramadan time.
Yeah! Oh! The official UK death toll is now 18,738.
The headlines this morning. Essential workers and their families can now book a coronavirus test online.
Saturday, the 25th of April, and off to Nottingham now to get tested for corona.
You have been allocated a slot for a COVID test.
Kat's going to get tested as well, and see whether we've had it or not. Because I'm still full of colds. Still not sure whether I have had it or not, and I'd like to know because I want to, work again. I want to know that I'm safe. First time on a motorway for a few weeks on our way to Nottingham.
Hi, good morning.
Hello, morning.
That's good. Keep saying
To try to do that was a bit unexpected.
Did you not know?
We've got to go right to the back of the throat. I didn't know that.
Yeah. I've just had a message from NHS.
Your recent COVID-19 test. Negative for COVID-19. Hopefully, Kat's negative as well.
Dear Catherine, your recent COVID test has been processed and come back negative. I really felt like I had it. And if a lot of other people are doing the same and stopping work without being tested, then you just do wonder how much the economy is suffering, actually.
The British economy could shrink by 11.5% this year.
For the fourth day, the government missed its daily target of 100,000 tests.
26,711 have now died. For the first time, we are past the peak of this disease.
Good morning. It's 6 o'clock on Friday the 1st of May.
It is the 1st of May today. Welcome to May.
After another 9-hour shift, my dad's kindly picked me up. So looking forward now, go home for my tea. What's for tea, Dad?
Gammon.
Gammon. Wonderful.
Here we go, Mr. Warner.
One thing I've realised about quarantine is that I just cannot stop eating. Yesterday, 4-pack of pork pies, digestive biscuits all day today.
We're just cooking and eating, cooking and eating. There you go, Mr. Warner.
My mum's actually making some cakes.
So here we are.
Baker's prerogative, right?
Perfect.
Mum, they're not that bad.
We're going to go to Waitrose. I'm going to stay in the car. Glenn's going to go in on his search for desiccated coconut so I can make some more macaroons. Go, Glenn, go.
I'm in the car and I'm going out. Going out. I'm going into Cambridge to pick up some flour from a friend of mine who has bulk ordered, giving it to all us bakers who are struggling a lot to get flour.
He has some.
Didn't even have to go in Tesco's.
Did you not?
Holland and Barrett.
Well, that makes me very happy.
Don't know if you can see it. That's my flour. Oh, chuffed to bits. These are small things, isn't it? I've realised just how much I rely on baking to get through life. You know, we all cope with things in different ways, and my stress relief is to turn the oven on and make something, be it bread or a cake or whatever.
We've had a lot of emails from listeners struggling with their mental health, feeling low, unmotivated and lonely, and this really is a tough time for so many, isn't it?
Yesterday I had a really, really awful day.
I don't have a blooming clue what happened today. I don't know what's going through the public's head, but the roads were blooming crazy.
Really struggled this weekend because sort of fell out with my husband over absolutely nothing, and then I had nowhere to go.
I've set up a tent in the garden, and it's the afternoon actually. I've come in an effort to get some time for myself, and this is what follows.
The headlines this morning. The public is being urged to stick with the lockdown after the government was accused of sending out mixed messages over the future of the restrictions.
My name is Glynis. I'm 68 years old and I live alone. I have a lovely family and great friends, and I miss them all.
Hi Polly. I feel a wee bit down. She just comes and cheers me up.
Oh, I miss you. I've just snuck over to see my mummy and look, she's hiding behind the door. Oh, this is so weird.
One of the hardest things is not being able to cuddle my mum.
It's 3 weeks exactly since I dropped Dad off here. You know, we've just got to keep believing he's going to come home.
I miss all my nursery friends.
Yeah?
It's Wednesday the 6th of May. Good morning.
More than 30,000 people with COVID-19 are now known to have died in the UK. That's the highest number of confirmed cases in Europe.
New Labour leader Sir Keir Starmer said that the UK's high death rate was the result of being too slow on lockdown, on testing and on the provision of protective equipment.
Can the Prime Minister tell us how on earth did it come to this?
If this is what's happening with the lockdown situation, what on earth is going to happen when we come out of lockdown?
Good morning, Scotland. The headlines this hour.
We heard back from the government that because our company is quite new, we got next to nothing. Anyway,
put it this way, it didn't cover our food bill for a month, and that was how much we were given for 3 months.
I cannot promise you that no one will face hardship in the weeks ahead.
So today's been really hard, really hard. Just everything piling up and stresses, fallouts with each other because of money, and my husband's a professional chef. He's worked his way up for 10 years now, had some amazing jobs, worked in Michelin star restaurants, been on MasterChef professionals. He had a great job in London, and we've just found out today that he's not going to get furloughed. We've been buying a house before all this happened, but now we can't get furloughed, we can't go for it, so we pulled out. Our rent is like double what we'd pay for a mortgage. You know, I had loads of mood boards up for the dream house, how I wanted it and everything. I've taken them all down now. I don't know what to do. Everything, totally everything feels like it's just coming apart.
It's a beautiful, beautiful day here in Birmingham.
So it's VE Day.
It's VE Day, and as we remember those who gave their lives for victory over Nazi Germany, the public are encouraged to stick to the lockdown rules.
There's been a lot of talk comparing this lockdown period to the Dunkirk spirit and to resilience. It's put my mind back to what life must have been like at the time when I was born, which is the middle of the Second World War.
It's VE Day and we are celebrating. Here's my neighbour at a sensible distance.
My father was away at sea, and for 6 years mothers were digging the garden, peeling the spuds, and my mother lived under the threat of Mr. Goering dropping nasty things from a great height on her. We live under the threat of a rather more insidious, invisible, unknown thingy. And when I hear all this talk about Dunkirk spirit, I'm inclined to think this is very different This is a matter of 10 or 12 weeks of lockdown, and we're talking about 6 years of the Second World War. I think those people showed real determination and grit.
Okay, so I can't believe it's day 48 of the lockdown.
It's Sunday today, so we're due the next announcement.
I feel a bit anxious about tonight's announcement from Boris. I sort of think, I just want to see my family.
Here we go.
This is not the time simply to end the lockdown this week. Instead, we're taking the first careful steps to modify our measures.
The Prime Minister has outlined measures to start a very gradual easing of the lockdown in England.
Work from home if you can, but you should go to work if you can't.
I can't go on a cruise ship, I can't go and sing in a pub, but I can't do that from home either.
It's not very clear for a lot of people. It's basically said everyone go back to work, but try not to use public transport.
We want to encourage people to take unlimited amounts of outdoor exercise.
You can socialise, but just stay away from each other.
After half-term, get primary pupils back into schools.
I cannot get my head around sending reception-age children back to school first.
I'm really happy that Wales has announced that they're not going back on the 1st of June because we wouldn't put the kids back anyway.
We must stay alert. We must continue to control the virus and save lives.
The government's stay home message has just been changed.
Stay alert.
Stay alert, stay safe, stay at home. Stay at home? Is it still stay at home?
Stay alert? Like, what does that mean?
Are we out of lockdown or are we not?
I don't know yet.
All I can say is this household, we are not changing what we're doing. We will remain at home as much as possible.
People in England can meet up with others outside their household in the outdoors as long as they stay 2 metres apart, the government has confirmed.
We can indeed go and see one member of our family. I'm going to my mum's. I'm going to stand in the garden and chat to her. Hello, hello. Hello, you're right. So here I am. There's Mum over there. Give us a wave, Mum. Social distancing. We have a lovely chat. It's good to see her. And we drive back home to the news that you can see one person from your family, but not in their garden. My mood went from up here to down there, came back, drunk too much wine and ate half a packet of chocolate biscuits.
There are more revelations of the scale of the deadly effects of coronavirus in care homes.
We've been locked down now for several weeks now. It's really tough.
There's an epidemic going on in care homes, which is something I bitterly regret, and we've been working very hard for weeks to get it done.
We have to stick at this, we have to get through this.
Despite 2 million tests having been carried out, there's been no effective tracing since March the 12th, when tracing was abandoned.
We will have a test, track and trace operation that will be world-beating, and yes, it will be in place by June the 1st.
Eid Mubarak to everyone. I've had a blessed and very productive Ramadan. It's been 2 months in lockdown, so this Ramadan has been quite different actually. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. We've just come to see my nan from a distance. Alright, this is going to be called COVID. There you are, COVID.
It's been reported that the Prime Minister's chief advisor, Dominic Cummings, travelled out of London during the lockdown whilst ill.
I don't normally get annoyed, but that really really tested my patience.
Official figures show that the total number of deaths across the UK is now 37,460.
Protests have spread across the United States over the death of a black man in police custody. A white officer has been charged with murder.
I'm feeling very angry about the George Floyd murder. Just because we've gone into this crisis, this coronavirus crisis, it doesn't mean that all the other terrible things that happen in the world aren't still happening.
morning, all you boys and girls, mums and dads, and welcome to June.
More than 2 million children are due to begin returning to primary schools in England from this morning for the first time in 10 weeks.
I've got one very excited person here.
I can't wait, I'm going back to school and I don't have to do home learning anymore.
Yay!
Right, good luck, Frey. Here we are. I'll wait in the car. Love you.
I've been thinking about how resilient the children are and how much more tolerant they are to change. They're loving having so much playtime. You never normally play with us this long. And it's actually been lovely playing with my children. Why didn't I do this more? It's just a shame that it takes pandemic for such simple pleasures to return, really.
Plans to get all of England's primary school pupils back to school before the end of the summer term have been dropped.
The Health Secretary, Matt Hancock, denied today that the failure to lock down sooner had cost lives. A third of people in England who tested positive for coronavirus at the end of May could not be contacted by the new NHS test and trace system.
Happy June, everyone.
Woo! Wow. Our first, proper rainstorm for ages. Took us by surprise, that.
First trip back at the beach. The government announced it last week, so we're going to enjoy it. 10 days ago, 2 weeks ago, I was on the phone to tax credits, panicking about only having £6 a week and my furlough to live off, which was through £400 a month for all of us. We've just had a massive weight taken off our shoulders financially. We've got our renewal letter through, and thankfully we've got £198 a week coming from tax credits, which is a massive, massive relief. Just means we'll be able to pay our rent. Still no luck with a job for Malin. Most of the food places are just doing takeaways at the moment. And my work, I applied for the grant for the self-employed, so I got £222 for that. So every little helps at the moment. Fantastic.
Government debt now exceeds the annual output of the economy for the first time since 1963.
£1 billion is to be spent on pupils in England to help children who've fallen behind during the lockdown.
Care leaders say 2 months into the pandemic, government support remains patchy.
So we've lived in now for coming up to nearly 7 weeks. And I'm so happy to say that we haven't had a single case of COVID in the care home.
Everybody's been so good, doing their best.
We're in this job because we love and we care for our residents, and they mean just the world to us, you know.
Well, all I can say is they're all wonderful. They've been wonderful to me.
I feel that locking down when we did was completely the right move, and I'm pleased to say that we are going home. I can't wait just to get in my car, drive home, see my family, my friends, and ultimately we are COVID free. This is fantastic.
The total number of people reported to have died from coronavirus is 42,589.
3 months after the lockdown was imposed, the Prime Minister has announced a significant relaxation of the rules.
Thanks to our progress, we can now go further and safely ease the lockdown in England.
From Monday, 6 people can meet in a garden or outdoor space.
There's a small family gathering which is to celebrate my father coming home from hospital.
It's amazing and it's good in that way, but the next breath of the news article was that R's not gone down.
There is no doubt that if you go from 2 metres to 1 metre, you increase the risk of transmission.
As the restrictions on daily life start to be eased, there are doubts. Are we coming out of lockdown too soon?
We've got no way of knowing if what we're doing now has any benefit. I mean, really, the things we needed to do were lock down really quickly and then put every resource we had into being able to produce a test.
I'm really cautious is the word, and concerned at the crowded beaches, the crowded pubs.
So we have come to July, for 100 days of lockdown.
A lot's happened.
We are so blessed with our education system. We shouldn't complain.
You don't realise how much you take for granted until it's taken away from you.
Getting to know my kids again. It's not about the job title, it's not about the nice car you're driving. What matters is my family.
To be back here with my sister and my mum and dad, we've just kind of connected on a different level. Yay!
You won!
Yeah! It just makes you realise more than ever that family is the most important thing.
I really miss hugging people. I can't wait for that to all be back again.
What do you think might happen differently in the future?
Everyone's going to be a lot more grateful to be where they are.
Those values have become really precious again, and that's a big thing for me.
I do fear for a second wave.
I don't think this is the end of it all.
Yeah, I think it is a bit worrying because if it does continue to just linger around, it makes you think, is everyone eventually going to get it?
I fear that this is like the new norm, the social distancing, all that kind of thing. It's not a life that I like.
One of the things that I really hope will come out of lockdown is this new appreciation people have for how incredible it is to have a national health service.
For now, I'm enjoying some time at home and feeling the breeze on my face. Simple things. They mean so much more now, I think.
This is the time.